Hey guys, this is CallanLoF with a how-to for Tahu Mata. So if you need help building this guy, I'm sorry, you got a problem. Uh, this guy, I actually did a how-to for this guy a few years ago as a thing for a Patreon I never opened. And I realized I really should just release it now for people since this model is kind of old. And the video is pretty much in the same style as I've been doing how-tos recently, except it's filming me putting it together as opposed to picture by picture. So it'll be different in that way. And also, I just thought I'd put the little one here to see if you guys are really interested in that. Let me know. But that said, check out the how-to for Tahu as filmed 4 or 5 years ago.
Here are all the pieces, obviously, and I'm just going to narrate over the video that I made of me putting it together. So here you just put an axle through the foot to connect both the feet together. You need a Hordika neck with the bent thing to attach the foot. Obviously you put the 2009 Gotorian piece on the front through ball joint connection to the orange Mata foot. And here's a little bit of brick working on the back to cover up some of the dark gray, just to make it look a little nicer. And yes, you need 2 of these little red pieces with a gray axle through the biggest circular section of the Mata foot to connect more, and you need the 2 little orange Technic bits to connect the ball joint that will become the knee joint. And that will be put in soon. Here's some more plating. A lot of these are little details and they're not that important, but hopefully the main structure is made pretty clear. I think it's not that hard to replicate. But yeah, it's a nice little shin. The thigh is even simpler. You just take 2 hands with those 3-length Technic bits. For the life of me, I can't remember exactly the term, but those things. And just put those together and put a little detail in the middle. Those are some Lego bits, not really that important. And yeah, just connect those together and you got the thigh. And of course you need 2 Tahu stars to make this guy properly, because he has the orange chest piece from the Tahu star as his thigh armor. So, but of course, if you have other pieces, you can try and rework that if that's what you so choose to do. So that's the leg, and then you just duplicate that, and you can just mirror that. And so then now onto the torso. We start with the little lower torso piece, and that's pretty simple. There's a bit of a brick-built sign on the back, but then you just have a Mata hand at the front, like the large Mata hand, of course. And then you put some extra bits to fill in. I'm giving him sort of a black belt. Yeah, the bricks here, never been my favorite, but I did that before. I had a number of red Mata hands that I've considered going back and just putting it on both sides, but David's said that it looks kind of like a diaper. I don't really care, because I've done it for Liwa, so you'll see that eventually. But I did that anyway. Here, the torso is probably the most interesting part with all the bits. Those are Lego doors that make up his side stomach armor. So very interesting parts combination, and surprisingly you'd think those 2 red cheese pieces, cheese wedges as some people call them, you'd think they wouldn't stick very well on the door, but surprisingly they're somewhat solid on there. Sometimes they fall off, but yeah, so those sort of help keep together the middle of the chest and the armoring. And then there's a Technic beam connected with the Mata foot and the head that sort of gives it more of the shape that actually allows you to see the head, and yeah, makes sense, I guess. Obviously put the hands on to connect the arms, the red Mata hands, that is. I call those hands, but now they've made new hand pieces, but yeah. New, I say new, but they've been around since 2009, 7 years ago. Wow. And of course you have the small Hero Factory pieces on the chest. Yeah, this guy doesn't use as much Hero Factory as one might think. And so yeah, then the mask, and there's a little bit on the back to attach his sword. And here, yeah, you just attach it at the waist, and yeah, I'm really happy with this body design. And now onto the arms, which are probably the simplest parts of all these 3 parts. So the simplest for last, and you put the little Borak teeth on the sides, and Put that there. I didn't show the hand. Obviously the hand is connected by a ball joint, and I used a broken orange ball joint piece to do that. Anyway, and then standard hand-to-hand axle connection, more and filling in for the black shoulders. That is standard for the original Tahu, and I replicated here. Put a little bit more detail on the sides, and that's it, really. The sword's pretty easy to build, and then you just put the Tahu together, and bam, you're done. Hope you enjoyed this how-to. I'll see you guys next time.